What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwan, and I'm here today in Kerbal's space program. We are taking the cube out to space. Now, the cube is a lander that's made out of mostly mathless parts, and it causes a lot of headaches when you're trying to launch it. That being said, 90% of the time when you get it on the launch pad, it will shake itself apart and explode. So I kept doing it until finally one build gave me this, which is simply called the cube. The cube breaks all sorts of physics rules because when it lands, it negates a lot of its velocity and comes to a complete standstill. Now, a lot of what you'll be doing if you decide to build one is going to be left to chance, and you'll see here when it comes down to a landing, sometimes some parts will explode even though they have absolutely zero contact, which is unfortunate because it makes creating a long term craft really difficult. But here we land back on Kerbin, no problem. So, one thing to do, take it over to Duna. Now, the reason I chose Duna instead of Eve is because Eve would be a lot easier for this to land. There's a lot thicker atmosphere, and I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be hard. So we chose Duna, and off to Duna we go. So this doesn't take too much to get to Duna because it's a really extremely light lifter. Uh, Basically, the only thing you are really coming into account for the flight for the lander is going to be the solar panel that's on there and is going to be the probe core. Everything else on there is 0.001 for the mass, and so it's absolutely insignificant. The, there's big problems with that because you can't aim things the wrong way. If you decouple, you gain so much acceleration. It's absolutely nuts. But this is part of the challenge. And so, with the fun parts being underway, here are the parts that maybe probably gain more gray hair than I should. I was doing my interplanetary transfer, which, of course, is so much fun. I'm being sarcastic. So here I go and I nail my transfer, and I nail it the first time because I don't know, I wasn't distracted. I didn't have a kid bouncing on my lap. A number of things, skill, I suppose. But check out what happens when I go to warp to my node. Oh my god, this right here made me lose my absolute mind. I was like, here you go, let's just warp on over to this location, and whoosh, it goes right past it. But you know what? Thank God I had a quick save. Jump back to the quick save. We're doing it all again. We're doing it live. And here we go on in. And I'm being a bit more careful, doing little short hops with my warps. And for some reason, I got a little cocky. I want to get closer to my parry, and it goes right past it once again. Third time was a charm. This time I manually did my warp nodes, and this time I had an intercept going directly into Duna like I wanted. And then this happens when I decouple. It blows the entire craft off course, and now I'm leaving Duna. So after all that, I made my way back from my quick save back into the atmosphere of Duna and came in for a hard landing. Just the cube, no parachutes, no landing gear, nothing, just these cubes and contact in 3, 2, 1. Boom, here you go, and survives. So there you go. The cube does the job. It lands, it nails the landing. Of course, we blew up our solar panels, so we'll call it a partial victory. This is certainly a craft that is a massive headache to build, a massive headache to fly, but when it lands, it does the trick. I am out. Peace.